Welcome back to The Real with Rachel D. That was Kiss from Prince. Woo-hoo. Guys, it's all Prince all the time here on The Real with Rachel D. And we're being joined by, of course, Miss BJ. And our special guest, he's running for the Clayton County Superior Court Judge, Stephen Knights.
Stephen Knights, your most qualified candidate for Clayton County Superior Court Judge is here. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Miss BJ. Yay. And I'm back.
Yes.
Second time. It seems like so long.
It has been. We have a new home and everything.
There it is.
Been here.
Nice. Thank you for the welcome once again. I'm excited to be back. And we are less than 72 hours from voting.
Yay.
Early voting starts May 2nd, Monday, 7 a.m. Make sure you take yourself and 10 friends to the poll. Let's have a poll party.
Yay.
Let's head on out and vote.
Absolutely.
I like that.
So can you explain to everybody, since there's different types of judges, like what exactly is a Superior Court judge?
Yeah, so Superior Court covers several areas of law. The most important is felonies. So serious felonies, punishable by, of course, 1 year or more or up to life in prison, and the death penalty. So about 75 to 80% of Superior Court are felonies. Then you have family law, which is, of course, divorce, child custody, child support, visitation, adoption, those areas. And then the miscellaneous type of areas, personal injury, and those type of contractual disputes. So that's Superior Court. One area that distinguishes myself from anyone else that's running for Superior Court in my race is that I'm the only candidate that has done civil asset forfeiture. Do you all know what that is?
Not at all.
No.
Yeah, you all don't know, and neither do most lawyers, and certainly not the other candidates in my race. So I was a drug prosecutor for 3 years, and so if someone does something illegal, drugs, forgery, some counterfeit business, whatever it is, they buy homes, cars, whatever they buy, if they get arrested for that and they now have to show how they made that money, they have to have a civil asset forfeiture trial.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that trial can happen very shortly after the arrest. And so basically it is the assets, the money, the house, the car versus the person.
Yeah.
Then that person has to show what they used to get that money. So let's say, for example, they have a $25,000 fur coat, a $500,000 house, et cetera. They have to show, well, they made $1 million last year. How do they do that? W-2 and the tax returns, et cetera. They have to show they won the lottery. They have to show it's an inheritance. They have to show someone bought it for them. So absent a valid showing of how they made the money to buy these things, then it's seized if they can't show it. And that's done in Superior Court as well.
You know why that is so relevant?
Why?
Atlanta Housewives, Apollo. Remember?
Yes.
They could not prove how he made that money legally,
Yes.
which is why they seized. Remember how they wanted to get in Candy's garage to seize all of that equipment? And that's exactly what you're talking about.
And that's Superior Court, right? So, see, there you go. And so, that's an area that's done, and it's in conjunction with major felonies as well, and that's in Superior Court. Yeah. And so that's just one of the many reasons why I'm the most qualified candidate. Educating not only the public, but the other candidates on the law.
See, that is so cool.
That is very much so.
Oh, I had no, and it's called civil
asset
forfeiture.
Yeah, Superior Court. There's several areas of law that are covered there, but the main area is criminal, 75 to 80%. And I was actually in Superior Court in Clayton County as a district attorney. And so having a caseload of about 150 cases a month times 2, because it was myself and a trial partner, you can imagine the volume. So in any given month, there's only about 3 days scheduled for civil cases. The other days of the month, criminal. So you could be in trial, you could be in motions, et cetera. And so Superior Court is serious because they're felonies. Think about someone's life, liberty, freedom, proper representation, and God forbid it's a death penalty case where someone will be sentenced to death or life in prison. So this is not something to play around with. I'm passionate about what I do, and I've seen it from every angle. And, police officer, solicitor general, district attorney, magistrate court judge, defense attorney, innocence project attorney. This is not the time to play around. I don't want Clayton County to be the laughing stock of other counties, at least not the judicial branch. You need someone who's qualified. You need someone who knows what's happening. And we certainly know that I'm not doing it for the title. You all remember my dad was a judge. I've been around. I was appointed in 2012 as a judge. I'm definitely not doing it for the title. I'm doing it to ensure the safety of Clayton County.
We love that.
That is perfect.
So let me ask you, because
Wow.
I've seen you hit the pavement since
Yes.
day one.
Yeah.
You cannot drive anywhere, guys, without seeing something. Stephen Knights everywhere.
Good nights.
So why do you feel when campaigning, really getting the community involved is so important for a position like a judge?
Well, just like how we started out speaking, most people don't even know what Superior Court is. Now, so the two judges, Matt Simmons and Deborah Benefield, that are retiring, they've been in the position for 24 years. So for 24 years, no one really has went out and educate the public as to what happens in Superior Court. So for a year and almost a half now, I've been out educating the public, letting people know, hey, this is what we're doing. For me, it's important because not only does Superior Court affect Clayton County, it affects the state, and it can affect the country. I referred to Ernesto Miranda. Miranda rights and warnings came out of Arizona. If there's bad decisions on the Superior Court level, it can then go to the state, and then it can go to the Supreme Court in the country, and then it could be bad law in the entire United States. So it's that important. It's not just county; it's nation, state, and possibly nationwide.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
See, I mean, that lets you know you are the most qualified candidate.
The most
'Cause just
qualified.
here, I mean, we have learned
So much.
so
right?
much.
There it is, and we
Wow.
just got started.
Exactly.
And I do think it's so sad because being in the positions BJ and I are,
Yeah.
asking the questions, that's how we're able to educate ourselves. But for the outside community who wouldn't think, because before all this Clayton County running has started and we got to know the people, the candidates, we didn't know Superior Court from Magistrate Court. We didn't know the
Yes.
difference. We just thought it was a judge, and they just decide everything.
Yes,
Right.
and so interestingly, there's of course the municipal court where there's the smaller infractions in the city, and then magistrate court is like the gateway court, with search warrants, arrest warrants, first appearance, bond hearings on the criminal side, and then of course you have the civil side with up to 15,000, and then you have dispossessories, which is landlord and tenant. But when you get to Superior Court and state court, they're the trial courts. Jury trials, bench trials, which is only by the judge. But then beyond that is the Court of Appeals and the Supreme Court, where there's no trials. So, and then there's probate court as well, which deals with probating people's estate, like we talked about Prince and the estate being situated. So, different levels of court.
The more you know.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I mean, he has my vote.
Thank you very much. Is that an official
That's an
endorsement from Miss
official
BJ? Wow.
Well, I don't live in Clayton County, but if I did, I definitely would give you
Thank
my
you
vote.
very
But
much.
you definitely got my support.
Thank
so
you.
can you tell everybody where they can find out more information about you?
Yes, Stephen Knights, your most qualified candidate for Clayton County Superior Court Judge. You can find me on social media, Judge Knights, KNIGHTS, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram are my most active. My website is Knights206.com, Knights2016.com. Early voting starts Monday, less than 72 hours, May 2nd. Through the 20th. We want you to get out and vote like your life depended on it, because it actually does.
All right, guys.
Yes.
So you make sure that you keep it here to The Real with Rachel D. We have more great show coming up, and we're going to keep the Prince theme going with When Doves Cry.